It is our interest after the CFD simulation to visualize the results of the simulation itself. For this reason, CONSELF gives you a visualizer available in the results step, which is the final one. Once again, we need to select the CFD step we want to visualize, and a visualizer with the file from that particular CFD step pops up. In this visualizer, it is possible to actually cut slice, visualize the streamlines, etc., etc. And in this tutorial, we are going to see how to do that. First of all, let's become familiar with some of the icons of the options available. The first one is this W. It allows us to turn on and turn off the inspector panel. In particular, if we click on the gears over here, we are able to select whether we want the visualization to be on the remote server or on our local machine. Generally speaking, having the visualization on the remote server is suggested. But if you have a very slow connection, I suggest you to use the local visualization. It takes a little bit for the full case to download to your PC, but after that, the visualization is going to be far smoother. So, we want to see now the mesh information, such as cells number, range of the variables, and so on and so forth. So first of all, let's toggle on the inspector panel. Let's click on this second icon and let's select system form. Over here, if you paid attention, this little eye of information appeared. If I click on it, I can actually visualize the number of cells, number of points, and the range of all the variables such as pressure, y plus, etc. So this is very important when we want to know what's the number of cells, in particular during the mesh steps, mesh 2D and mesh 3D. But now we want also for the CFD simulation to visualize the time steps. In here there is a small clock. If we select it, on the right hand side over here we actually have a player. It allows us to move through the time steps. We want to move to the very last one, so we click to last, this symbol over here. As we can see now, the application is loading, and here it is. We are now in the time step number 100, which for the current simulation is the last one. So what we want to see now is a slice. So we move back to the pipeline, we select system form, and we click on this plus symbol. By clicking it, we can visualize all the options available in this visualizer, such as slice. This option allows us to create a slice of the whole CFD simulation and to visualize on this slice some CFD variable, such as pressure. Here it is the slice, and by expanding the color management section, I can actually select the variable I want to visualize, pressure. I turn on the legend bar, here it is. It is also possible by clicking on the legend bar, move it anywhere in the window. And it is also possible to select the range of pressure we want to visualize. So we select pressure, range is fine. We apply it. It takes a little bit, but here it is. We actually visualize the pressure across this car simulation. Obviously, the pressure goes from blue, the lowest value, to red, the highest value, in this particular case. Beyond the slice, we want now to plot the streamlines, the flow lines, which actually highlight the flow around the body. So once again, in the pipeline on top of here, we select system.form and we move to the stream tracer. So I do it once again. So we click on the plus icon and we move to the stream tracer. This stream tracer automatically creates the streamlines, as we can see over here. We have to select the velocity, which is the flow field the streamlines is going to be plotted from, and we also need to select a source point. We just select the location of this source point and a radius. It is a little bit like if we are defining a circle from which these streamlines are going to start, are going to be calculated. We apply, and here it is. These are the streamlines we were looking for. It is also possible, obviously, to color them, and we want to color them by the velocity magnitude, and obviously we can turn on the legend of the velocity field as well. We just select the velocity, we confirm, and yeah, alright, here it is. So, in order to zoom in, you have to use the right button of your mouse, click with the right button and drop down a little bit. The scene automatically zoom in towards the simulation. And with the middle button, the central button of your mouse, you can move the slice across the screen. So what's now? How can we save a screenshot? Well, it's easy to do it. This save option button allows us to take a screenshot by clicking on capture. And here it is. This is the screenshot. Then, with the right click on your mouse and save image, you can save this image, for instance, into your desktop. Here it is. I've just downloaded it, and this is the image in my local machine. And I can use it, for instance, to send it or for a report. What else? It is also possible to visualize the pressure field around the car. How can we do it? Well, easy to do. We just delete what we have done so far. So we select slice and we click on the bin, stream tracer, and we click on the bin, and now that everything disappeared, I just click on the circle next to system.form in order to make it visualize again. When a simulation is done, we are going to get the data not just for the fluid, but also for all the boundaries we defined during previous steps. So, as you can see here, there is a list of all these boundaries. Internal mesh is the flow, actually the fluid zone internal. But I also have Ahmed, which is the car I inserted, and bottom, east, south, top, and west, which represent all the bounding box areas. I select the Ahmed and I press apply. In this way, I order this visualizer just to make me see the car I put into this domain. This is the car, and again I can select the pressure and turn on the legend in order to visualize the pressure. Just a little bit, it is loading. Here it is. This is the pressure around the car. I just have to adapt the range according to the pressure. Sorry, it lost the configuration. I select and I apply it. Alright, 1 second. This is the pressure. I turn on the legend. I also move a little bit the car in order to make more room for the pressure legend bar, and here it is. So once again I can take a screenshot of the simulation by using this button over here, and I just click on capture once again and right click, save image, and once again I have the new image here on my PC. This is the image. So I hope this tutorial helped you in the post-processing, and stay in touch with CONSELF.